in reality they never really meet, you know,
Half the
3, 4,
people,
5
yeah.
members. But then we're at the point where
That
we
was
need
later?
to give them the
Ah.
best, you know what I mean? So I suppose that's like what you were saying about Nunu, for example. You're saying some people are thinking that already, whereas
Yeah.
I don't even know her.
No, and that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing,
don't
is
even know her
like,
either. I'll be honest.
in the like, I think those thoughts are there,
Mm-hmm.
and like I guess we're kind of at the stage.
I think as well, I think the biggest problem is, like from what I've seen as well, when women, like when the girls fight, the girls fight, you know what I mean? And like Saint being like the queen of Mandem is like, yeah, like
Stage where we're like, okay, you know, we, instead of being super closed off, like kind of what we used to be,
Mm-hmm.
it's more of like there is potential, but I also want it to be like, because the thing is, when you're MDMA, you're gonna put more effort than you're a hangaround, you know?
Yeah.
100%, but like
When you're
regardless
a
of anything,
hangaround, you might stay around for a week, you might stay around for 2 weeks, and then dip, you know? Like we've had that
Yeah.
happen so much. So my thing is like, in that hangaround stage is when I want everyone to kind of meet everyone. You know, like I get like Lion shit, like they'll probably
Yeah.
never meet, or you know?
Yeah.
bro, I miss
So, like,
Lion.
I have a
Sorry?
question.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why all of a sudden she's wanting to hang out? Because I'm gonna be honest, she never wanted to. The only time I've ever heard her hang out is whenever people have ditched her, and she kind of like treats this as a last resort. I'm not gonna lie, that's how I look at it. Up until
I miss
how you kinda
Lion,
seen
bro.
it.
yeah. Because the last time she called to hang out with, it wasn't even us. She and I'm gonna be my personal opinion out there, okay?
Yeah.
Is that she's never made an effort to know anybody else, get to know anybody else. She's only made an effort to get to know certain people in this game, right?
Yeah.
And then in my personal opinion, I don't know her like that.
Yeah.
The only time she's ever hung out was when Toddy and Matt have ditched her, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, she's never been around. But obviously she's had some beef going on with Ray.
We all
right?
miss Lion,
now
mate.
she's
I
taking her-
fucking love the guy, bro. They had the same problem first with Tatty, but Tatty actively tried to interact with everyone. I think Nunu's slightly shy though. Like I can sense that. It isn't until Nunu realised she kind of has to know all of Mandem, so it's a bit like gone from 0 to 100, get to know everybody. So wait, does Nunu not wake up NA? EU? Saint loves Tatty, they get on so well. Bruh, I don't know anyone who dislikes Saint. She's cool, man. She really is. Only like 1 to 2 hours EU. Huh. EU ain't her time zone. Shame he didn't stream. He'd be very good at it. I reckon he could be a full-time streamer. I know obviously he runs a business and he's like, you know what I mean? He's got his head screwed on type stuff. And that's probably why he's so busy out of city as well. Nunu's cool though. I don't think she's a bad person. To be fair, I don't really know her that well in character.
Around with us, right? And so prior to that, Matt have ditched her, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, she's never been around. But obviously she's had.
He's minted. He's got a
beef
fucking
going on with
R34,
Ray,
isn't he?
right? So now she's hanging around with us, right? And so prior to that, the only other time I've known her is whenever she started shit with Cruiser, which everybody got angry at Cruiser for shooting her whenever he didn't know her like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's just my personal opinion on it.
No, and that's more than fair, and that's why, like, at this stage when she's hanging out with us with no vest, no nothing, I think that's the most crucial point where like people get to meet her and
Yeah.
like.
But the thing is, though, she also has to make an effort to get to know everybody else too, though.
100%, 100%. And that's why, like, you know, when we have a meeting about it and stuff like that, it's good to hear shit like this. But I don't think, depending on how today goes, we'll see if the meeting
Who has an R34 IRL? Lion does.
happens or not.
Okay.
But no, 100%. Like that, those are the opinions I want to hear.
Yeah.
Even when something is
And like
considered, you know?
I get.
To be fair though, Nunu was in the A-team thing, weren't she? And it was only really Matt and James, Nunu, Tatty, you know?
people are like, oh, but she, you know, adding more girls to the gang or whatever. But at the same time, she also has to put an effort to get to know the other people that are in the gang, not just certain people that she chooses to know, other people in the gang.
Yeah, because the gang is a whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be a collective thing. It'll be this and.
Listen, you know when you're so passionate about something. Look, when she says yes, she moves her mouse in a yes motion, like an up and down head motion. Watch.
In the gang.
Yeah, because the gang is a whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be.
You see that? Listen, you know you're passionate when you're doing that.
You know?
I do that all the time.
It'll be a collective thing. It'll be this and.
It's just
like Denzel said, like there'll be people.
I do it all
like,
the time when I'm really
people
locked
that you
in.
won't even meet, and when they wake up, then the dynamics could be off, you know.
And like I said, like it took me a while to warm up to Tati, but she did. You know, she made it effort. She hung around all the time. She made an effort or whatever. But at this, and it's one of those things where, like, just like the other day, for example, like Jay and I were boosting. And instead of asking, hey, can I join your boosting group? She went and asked certain particular people that she wanted to boost with, if they wanted to boost. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's kind of the same thing with like Tati, where she needs some time to warm up, and then go from there. But we'll see. That's the thing, is that's why time is, you know, an amazing thing, especially when they're not labeled anything.
I really think Denzel needs to try it. Nunu, who's trying to join at the reverse. Don't get me wrong, I feel like Nunu has to... I feel like as an outsider looking in, like, people that you have... Like, if you've been asked to hang around with them, like, SK and Moses asked her to start hanging around more, didn't they? If you've been asked to hang around more, like, I think it's more down to the person who's been asked to hang around more to get to know the people you don't know that well. You know what I mean? Like, but Jay, for example, he's fine with Denzel, you know? Like, Denzel can be mad at him, but Denzel won't dislike him. Because we have such a good relationship, right? But like, Matt, Blockboy and RJ pissed him off one day. Jay got caught in the mix of it. So I had to make up with Matt, SK, like everyone but Denzel, essentially. You know what I mean? Denzel has his soft spot. So I feel like the last few days have been a good opportunity to do so. The thing is as well, it's not like Jay's gone out of the way to let other people know, because, you know, as we all know, you know, there was that whole thing with Fixer doing it with Dean and stuff. It's not that Denzel's not really been around this week after like 3 p.m. You know what I mean? And this last week, like, I've been busy in the mornings. I've not been getting on till, you know, lunchtime minimum. So like, I've barely seen Denzel in the last week, so not by option. Like, I've called, like, Jay's called Denzel, can't get through to him. So it's been a good chance to fix his relationship with the others, you know what I mean?